Hi, everybody. Earlier this week, we launched our 5.4 version of Inside App, and we had a webinar at the very same morning. And now I will convey the information to the non-Hebrew speakers of Inside App customers. So, what do we have? What do we add on our plate back then? We talked about the newcomers from the Israeli market. We spoke about the use cases shared by our customers. We spared a nice chunk of time for a live demo. And we added a 5 minutes per feature. And today it's going to be an aggregation mode. And then we talk about local things that I will spare from you. Okay, this is what Israeli customers onboarded to our platform in the last 6 months are saying about the product. We had an initiative by which customers uploaded to our website some use cases. I find it very useful. And for the main dish for today, so these are the important features in 5.4 version of Inside App. First and foremost, we turned our Fiori application operational in the sense that the toolbar functions and input columns are now supported. Just to remind you, every Inside App creation is automatically a Fiori application, and now also the operational features are part of this thing. Then we will talk about the publisher. We enhanced the distribution method SMS because of customers' request, and we'll end the features, the list of important features by things around usability, the defaults, refresh on navigation, and symbols, support of symbols in Inside App. Okay, so let's turn into the system. Let me open. I prepared a few examples. I will open them in two different screens, so we'll be able to see both the GUI and the UI5 and the Fiori application. So let me turn into Edge. Okay. So I was bored the other day, so I created a report. I used a standard report by SAP of users and the logon data, and I added the following toolbar function: password reset, user lock, user unlock, and valid true. Okay, so now you can actually lock this user, and the report is refreshed, and you can see that the user was locked. How it's going to look inside in the Fiori application. These are the two users that are locked. Let me mark them and unlock them. Okay. By the way, if you do that with only one record, you'll get a more descriptive information. Okay, and this is pretty much it. Transparently, if you have icons, toolbar functions in the sub GUI, you'll get them in the Fiori application as well. Let me change to the second example, input data. I will open it here, and I will open it in SAP UI5. This is how it looks in SAP. Let me clear everything out. Okay. We'll refresh the list, so you'll see that everything is, these two are the same instances, about the same thing. So now let me put some input. I will check the checkbox. I will put numbers. I will set up the time. I will set up a date, and I will use some examples of timestamps. I will save my work, and if I will go and refresh the list, you'll be able to see everything is here. So these two features, the toolbar function, I know the icons look bad, but hopefully we'll have time to get back to this one later on in the presentation. And the input fields are turning our Fiori application into a killer application. You can now actually get information from users that were never logged on to SAP ever before, using the Fiori, the web UI means that more and more people from the organization could now share information and use SAP for their benefit. Okay. Next thing was enhanced support of SMS. So I'm not going to share with you a live demo. I'm going to talk a bit about the SMS, about this distribution method that is not being used too much. So I asked the customers how come they're using SMS so extensively, and they said the phone number, our phone number turned to be our identity number. Okay, maybe user, customers, vendors, maybe they do not have emails, or they have more than one email, or they change them. But a phone number is something that people used to stick to, okay, tend to stick to, and it turns to be something you can like save and talk with them using. Okay, so the last thing is the feeling that SMS is has a more urgent nature than plain email. And I asked for several sample usages of the SMS, and around employees, you can use the SMS to inform employees of upcoming event, for example. So mind that two things should be taken care. The first one is using Insight to list the specific employees you like to text. For example, if you have a clock in, clock out application, and you have a report of the employees that got to work today, and you can filter them by offices. So now you can create a list of people from Tel Aviv office that got to work today. And now you can send them all a message saying that you are raising a toast at noon in the cafeteria. Next are customers. It makes sense to send them ahead of time some notification regarding the upcoming visits or deliveries. And by the same token, you can remind your vendors that they should reply to you with advanced shipping notifications and other things. So many examples around SMS, and we wish you could use this distribution method more. From basic point of view, it is just like emails in transaction Scott. You can connect a text server, and again, Insight supports it fully. The next thing I would like to talk about are defaults, refresh on navigation, and symbols, support of symbols. Okay, default. I don't know. I'm working with Insight so every day, many times a day, and I find it irritating that I need to do things time and time again. Like around the creating of, let me show you how it looks like. Like if you want to create a new conditional formatting, the system forces you to fill the priority. So now you are getting highest priority as a default. If you wanted to create a graph, then you were forced to specify if it's attachable or not. That 90% 5% of the time people are using attachable, so now it's the default. So I don't know if you see how important it is, but this one saves a second here and a second there. This second sums into reasonable amount of time spared. Last thing is going to be the support of symbol. We talked about sub GUI and how SAP is using something called icons around SAP. Okay, so the icons are something specific for SAP, and they are not supported by other things like, let's say, Excel or the Fiori application. Okay, but if you check this one, we added support of symbols. Okay, right? This is really nice. Symbols are supported by everybody out there. So if you use them inside SAP, you'll be able to see them in Excel, in Fiori, anywhere. So if you'd like to see how this one looks in Fiori, just check this one out, and it looks really, really nice. Okay, and how do you find the icons? That's easy. So you can use them either here or you can use them over here. So give me a second, write down Unicode symbol. And we are going to spread love. Give me a second. All right, I copy this one. Okay. And maybe even in a second, I deleted the comma. I will add the comma, and I will add a new symbol. I can either add it by this, or I can use it as a constant. Right? Bear with me. And now it should look great everywhere. Even in Excel. Let me select a few records. Press with Outlook. Nice, isn't it? So this ends the part of the new features. Okay. Around fun features, there are many things we added. Okay, just to show you, customers complained that they cannot easily find toolbar function. So we added a selection screen prior to getting the screen, and other nice features. Okay, next we have, as always, we will spare 5 minutes on a feature that we believe our customers are not using extensively enough. Today we are going to talk about aggregation mode. So in opposed to aggregation field, which actually allows us to bring information from other records that have something in common with our record, the aggregation mode turns any report, standard report or Z report, into a header line report. Let me show you how it looks like. I'm creating a new insight. Reduce any to N, open purchase orders. I will pick a selection variant. I will pick a display variant. And I'm going to turn the flag aggregation mode on. Okay. So in the first time, it will look like like the standard, the regular report. But as soon as we will set up a key by which the aggregation mode is going to work, the number of records, which currently we have, give me a second, we have 239 records, the number of records should go down dramatically. And I'm setting a key. I will collapse this report by purchasing group and by vendor. Okay, we have a field that you can bring to this report to make your life easier. We call it small GIF, and it's the number of data records. Let me make it the first one. And actually now to the left, you can see how many records are represented by this record, okay? Purchase, let me bring the text of purchase group, so it's gonna be easier. Let me hide this one for a second. So retail, for this customer, we have 10 records. If I will press this one, you'll see 10 records of this kind. By the way, I can save a layout at the detail level. Let me give it a name. Okay. And there are 5 records that correspond to this. By the way, you're not limited to selecting only one. If you select a few of them and you press this icon, expand aggregation, you'll get all of them together. Okay, 2 and like 8 records together. So let me organize this list quickly, so we'll be able to work with it. I'm going to hide this one and these records. I'm going to move the date over here. Okay, and I'm going to save the layout. And here is the thing. When I'm getting into the details, let me just summarize the net price. Let me count how many records. How many records do we have? We have 2 records, and let me even specify which is the newest document. Okay. So now it's easy for us to see that we have 8 records over here. The number is 10. The amount, the total amount is $6,100. Okay, and the newest record is from January 25th of 2018. Now, let me show you something nice. Setting, aggregation, layout. I can do the same thing, okay, with the detail, with the header line. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to save the layout, and there you go. If for this one we have 5 records, this is the newest document date, and this is the total amount. Can you see that? So to summarize, easily enough, instead of the old report, we are having a summarized report. We are not sacrificing the details because we can drill down and we can see the details. Okay, and we can bring up to the aggregation level information either by summarizing them, average, and stuff like that. This is a very, very useful way to interact with Insight. Okay, so let me check if we are missing anything else. This is how we fill our bucket list. If you wonder what is more important, and this is how you file a request for change. We have a feedback website or page where you can add requests. Okay, we are moving to North America, and that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great, great day. Bye-bye.